Okay, so I'm here with my brother Sean, and he's getting baptised on Sunday. Yay! So Sean, we just want to have a little chat today, just purpose of the video for people watching. They're going to want to hear your testimony, so just tell me a little bit, a reason why you're being baptised on Sunday.
I want to basically get baptized because I want to, one, show my commitment to the Lord, and two, I want to wash away all my sins. I want to show that, not to myself, but to my family, that I'm committed now. I want to get rid of my past. I want to get rid of everything and be a new person and strive to be a better person and move forward.
So what happened? What brought you to this place?
I had the pull of the Holy Spirit. I had a sign that I've been asking for a very long time, and it pulled me to church. It showed me answers.
So tell me about that. What actually took place?
Basically, I was driving to work and I just had a very sudden urge and guilt to start listening to this song, which was Oceans by
Hillsong.
Yes, the Hillsong, that's it. And basically, I just listened to it for an hour and a half straight, and it brought guilt and emotions to me, and it made me feel like I immediately after that wanted to go to church more. I wanted to become a better person. I just didn't like the way that everything was going in my life. I felt so empty. I felt so distant from everyone, so upset, so depressed. And after that day, I felt like I wanted to go towards church and just show myself to God.
So what are those things that you felt guilty of? What was kind of life before to lead up to that conviction, shall we say, that you encountered through
my bad addictions, the neglect of my family, not showing enough care to my family, just being an aggressive, depressing person to be around, constantly, all the time, just wanting to be anywhere else because I wanted to get away from all my problems.
So what were those addictions particularly?
My gaming was the worst addiction. There are others, but nothing came close to my gaming.
So tell us more about that. What kind of addiction was it? How often were you gaming, and what impact did that have on your family?
Whenever I could, every day, every night. If my family were there, it doesn't matter. I was just sat at my desk. It didn't matter what I was doing, where I was. I just thought about my games. I just wanted to play my games all the time. Took me away from life, took me away from my kids, took me away from my wife, away from seeing my family. Even my grandparents came down for 6 months to visit from South Africa, and I probably saw them so little. And then I regret that time.
I remember we came around for a barbecue and you were upstairs gaming for about 2 hours before you started come down there and spend time with the family.
Yes.
So just for the purpose of people that will be watching this, because it's not completely unhealthy from time to time to enjoy gaming as such, but at what point does it become addiction? Can you give an example, maybe weekly, how long that you would be spending gaming, or per night? What was kind of the average?
It's not about a time.
Okay.
It's not about how much. It's about your feelings and your actions for it. Like I said, it didn't matter where I was. That's what I was thinking about. If I was with my kids, I wanted to be gaming. If I was with my wife, I wanted to be gaming. If I was at work, I wanted to be gaming. Didn't matter what I was doing, when I was doing it. I just wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And it just took me away from everything and everyone.
Wow. Okay. So why Jesus? What someone could be watching this and say, well, good for you. You stopped gaming, you've turned to the church, and it's helped you in that area of life. But what would you say to that? What was so significant about Jesus at this point in time?
Every answer I had was answered when I started looking. So I started praying, my answers came. The first chapter that I read in the Bible, James, it answered every question in my first paragraph that I read.
So go on, tell me a little bit about that. What was it that you were praying, and what was it you feel God was saying to you?
I wanted a sign. I wanted to. I asked and I prayed, what must I do in order for me to feel fulfilled, in order for me to feel happy, in order for me to be seen by Him? And in the first chapter I read, it said, give everything to Him, give everything to God, and He will give back tenfold. If you give to God, He can help you. If you do not give everything to Him and give all of yourself to Him, He can't help. And that's when I said, everything is His. My pain, my family, my life, everything about me, it belongs to Him.
So how have things changed, that encounter that you said that you had? And what has been the significant shift like?
Well, I gave up my addictions. I gave up gaming. So I haven't touched a game for months now. I'm a lot more happier person. I help more people. I go to church now when I can, if I'm not working. I've taken on a role in the church to try and help with the technology side, to basically help with the music and help with the script on the screens. And when I can, if there's events happening at the church, I want to just volunteer myself and my time to help with the church and become a more communal person, just become more part of something rather than just myself or just my addictions. I just want to become part of something bigger than myself.
Yeah, wow. So what would you say that sort of moment of your encounter? So you said that there was something that you particularly connected with at that time, particularly when you listened to Oceans, and you described to me earlier on today about how you felt God came to you, that this was your moment. So if someone was to ask you, what does it look like to encounter Jesus? How does it feel? What took place? How did you know it was God? And
to be honest with you, I can't even answer that. I called 3 different people that day, including yourself, my granny, my mum. I called so many people because the feelings that I had inside of me, I physically could not explain myself. And everybody else told me that that's the Holy Spirit talking to you. It's a feeling that if someone tells you this feeling, you just wouldn't believe them. It's just a pull. It's as someone lassoed me and just yanking me at 1,000,000 miles per hour in a certain direction. You don't know what that direction is. You don't know what that purpose is, but you can feel this gravity, you can feel this pull. And for me on that day, that pull was, I need to start going to church. Enough excuses. My Sundays used to be my lion days, a day that I just chill and don't worry about anything but
in game.
In game. But that's why I gave all that up, and I basically said, that's it. I'm going to church, and if I have a Sunday that I'm not working, I will make sure that I get to church.
Yeah. Wow, that's powerful. So what would you say then it looks like for you to be following Jesus from now?
1, showing my faith to Him and more openly talking about Him and my beliefs to other people. I used to be not ashamed, but I used to be worried about telling people that I'm a Christian, thinking that they're going to judge me for some reason. But now I'm just like, if someone talks to me about it or asks me about what I do now, I'll openly tell them, and I'm happy to. I'm proud to tell people now.
Great. And it was something that we used to talk about a while ago when we talked about the importance of church. And we talked a little bit about that today. And you said when you looked back, you were kind of ashamed of yourself in a way of what your view was of church compared to what it is now. So just maybe to touch on that a little bit, like what was your view of church before as a Christian, and what is your view of church now?
So I basically used to believe that it didn't matter about going to church. All that mattered was I pray and I believe that I know God is real. So it doesn't matter where I am, that's enough. But ever since I've started learning more and started educating myself and giving more to God, I've realized that church is not just about going and singing songs, and it's not just about going to a place to talk to people. It's about giving your time to Him. It's about showing that you are committed to His whole body, His whole spirit. That's what church is. It's His body. It's everything that He is, and that's why I'm so dedicated to now bring myself and my family there, because I just want to show that all of me is His.
So what did you learn about what church is?
Basically, that a church is the Lord's body. It is all of Him, and that if you go to church, it's about showing that you are dedicated to all of Him and dedicated to His body, because you can't just say that you believe and then you just don't go. It doesn't work. That's basically saying that you reject His body.
And we also learned the importance that church is just not building, that church is collectively the people. And we talked about the gathered and the scattered church as well, didn't we? About being the gathered church is when the people of God are together, and when we're scattered, that's when we go out and we live our lives dedicated to Christ out in the world on our everyday. So that's fair. Great, so you're being baptised on Sunday. How are you feeling?
Excited.
Excited?
Excited, yes.
Great stuff. So give him a round of applause, everyone. I'll be drowning him on Sunday. Real life resurrection. All right, thanks guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the testimony. God bless.